So I've got a recording I made. I went out into the woods with my 4-track recorder and my Ambisonic microphone, and now I want to make it into something I want people to listen to. So today I'm going to work through how I go making stereo and binaural mixes, and I'll also show you how you can output to any format like surround sound, YouTube VR, Facebook 360, or native Ambisonic. Let's take a look. Alright, I'm in Reaper and I'm going to pull up my recording. So I've got my polyphonic wave file here and I'm just going to drag it onto the timeline. You can use things like Pro Tools and Logic, but I find Reaper to be sort of the easiest and fastest to work with multi-channel audio. So I'm just going to get comfortable by zooming in here. And if we give it a quick listen, you can hear why we need to process it. You can hear sounds, but it doesn't really feel like you're in the space it was recorded at. We'll start by taking what we have now, which is called the A format, which means it's unprocessed signal coming from the microphone, and convert it to B format. It takes the raw audio signals and converts it into spherical harmonics, which is a way to represent the sound in a 360-degree sphere so we can decode it for any points along there. So I'll pull up the Soundfield by Rode plugin, since I used the Rode NTSF1 to record it, so it's got a preset here for that. Most Ambisonic microphones will come with a plugin to help you encode to B format. If it doesn't, there are also some open source plugins available, which I'll link to in the description. So in Soundfield, I'll keep everything at the defaults. It's obviously got my microphone selected here. And if I wanted to just output stereo, I can stop here and render. And if I wanted to change the positioning of the microphone after the fact, whether that's on the horizontal or vertical planes, you can see I can do that here by adjusting it, but I positioned my mic so that it was at the correct height and the correct angle for what I wanted to record, so I don't need to modify that here. So if I want to output something other than stereo, like any of the native Ambisonic formats, or if I want to do binaural, I'm going to select the B format here, and then I can use some more plugins to process that into different formats. If I wanted to just go native Ambisonics, again, I would stop here and do a multi-channel render like so. There we go. But we're going to continue on and show you how to output binaural so you can listen to your recording over headphones and experience the full 360 sound field. So for binaural rendering, I really like to use this plugin by DearVR called the Ambi Micro. I'll just add that after it. So I'm going to keep it on B format AmbiX since that's what we set the Soundfield plugin to output, and it's first order ambisonics, which means 4 channels. I'll skip the middle section here, and from the output format, we'll select binaural, and in the parentheses you can see different HRTFs that we can apply. The KU100 is very popular and tends to generalize really well, but in my testing I found that DearVR actually sounds the best with this setup, so I'm going to use that. And I'll keep it on stereo 2 channel and keep the gain at 0. So from here, that's it as far as processing. You can just make any edits or adjustments you want in render. Let's give it a quick listen. Great, and you'll notice it actually sounds like we're in the woods it was recorded in. You can hear where everything is, where it's positioned, and get a sense of depth that you can't get until it's processed like this. So now it's run, I can move to rendering. So this really depends on where and how you want to share it. I'm just going to keep it at the sample rate it was recorded at, which is 48K, and make sure that it's only outputting stereo now. For normalization, this also sort of depends on the output format or where you want to share it. I'm going to set that to -14 LUFS, and then I'll render it. That's everything for today. If you want to learn more about ambisonics and nature recording, I'll link to my research paper below. And if you have any questions, ask away in the comments. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.